And I'm now pressing record as well as requested by Elizabeth. I hope you're all good, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. As Elizabeth said, this is really your time to shine, and my aim here is to not do much talking, but I do like the sound of my own voice, so I might interject sometimes with questions or comments or my own thoughts and reflections to move the conversation along. You've been placed in room 1, which will discuss the recruitment of Leos and young lions, what works, what doesn't. So I'm very eager to hear your thoughts. What are your experience of trying to recruit young members and start up Leo clubs, for example, and see what are the best practices that you have encountered? What have you tried that might sound like good ideas but haven't worked really well? So really the floor is yours. I will be taking notes at the same time, and we'll do the reporting back at the end when we rejoin the plenary and summarize that discussion, so you don't have to think about that. But please, does someone want to be the first to share some experience from their country? Yeah, Karin, go ahead.
Hi. So in my country, I'm in Austria, and we are working together with our Leos. We have one day in the year, and we are working together. We are in front of a supermarket, and we collect products. We demand products from the clients, and so we collect the products, and we do these products to poor people or to organization, non-profit, to distribute these products. And it was in Austria, it was the idea of the Leos, and the Leos organized it. But we have lost many Leos, and so only lions are working now and are in front of the supermarket. So it works, but it doesn't work. So we have the problem that the Leos are too less, have not enough Leos, and they can't do the work without lions. But now it's the problem that there are too much lions, and the work for Leos, there is no. This is a little bit work for Leos, but not for lions. So this is our problem. This year it didn't work because it was of COVID. So it was not allowed to stay in front of the supermarkets and to work. And so our Leos are searching new projects because we think it is not longer to do this because it's too, the Leos are too less. So
Yeah, no, and I think that's a problem experienced in several countries as well, with the number of Leos decreasing. At least I know that's the case in Sweden as well. I see Phil has unmuted himself. Did you want to chime in?
Yeah, I'll chime. Hi, everybody. Well, there's been a big transition in MD105. I was the Leo advisor, but I'm going back a very long time. And we had 1,500 Leos, one of the biggest in Europe. And as I moved into different areas and the Leos grew up, nobody looked at the back door. And so as they all left the back door and they went to university, and people said, "Oh, this is terrible." And I said, it's not terrible. It means they're successful, and this is great. And maybe one day we will be able to bring them back. We didn't have things like campus. We didn't have the tools that we have today. I think one of the biggest lessons for me, which I now preach, is that we have to treat Leos as partners. They're not a project of Lions Clubs International. They're not a youth project. They're our partners. It doesn't really matter what age, because they can do something relevant in whatever they approach. So I believe firstly in inclusion and responsibility, and making sure that they've got all got something to do, and responsibility. I guess that boils down to respect. Now, in the UK, it hasn't worked, and I have been pushing for probably 4 to 5 years to try to start a rebuild, which is actually happening. And so we've got officers now for Alpha and Omega. We include the Leo program in our national GST meeting, which coincidentally I chair. So I bring all of our service projects together in like a synergy map, which includes all of our youth programs. And I think that it's a long tunnel, but I think we've got light at the end of the tunnel, but it's very much to do with inclusion. Now, because I have the responsibility and privilege of working with other countries as a country, LCI call it coordinator, I call it country advisor. So like Bosnia, Serbia, some of the former Yugoslavian countries, and Iraq, which is quite diverse. It's not happening in Iraq because it's really a brand new country for Lions. But the other countries are really powerful Leo clubs. So I find that what I might call the Lions countries that don't have the old baggage, if you understand me by baggage, old-fashioned ways like in the UK, we find that the newer countries have great success working with young clubs. So when I go to these countries, one of the questions was, have you worked with Leos? Yes, I've been in the center of Belgrade where the Leos have organized diabetes testing. Amazing 2 days. And I've been in Albania working with Leos and Lions to do sight vision screening. We did 7,200 people in 5 days. And I've been with Leos that have organized vision screening with the cameras in schools. And I've been the only Lion because I look after cameras for vision screening. So yes, and I have very close relationships with Leos, and it's all about them believing that you believe in them.
Yeah.
Is that enough to get you talking?
Yeah, I think so, and I think you're hitting at something very important there with the inclusion part, because the recruitment of Leos is also to get them to stay, and I think especially for that, the inclusion part and making it feel valuable and that they are respected is the crucial part of that, and for making them want to bring in their friends and so on. And
one final thing, I'm sorry, I've just remembered one thing, won't take a second. 3 years ago, I said I learned from MD 111. I've been to like 20 of their multiple district conventions. I'm on to one at this minute on the other screen. But I learned from Germany that respecting the Leos, use their logo. So in other words, when you have a Lions logo, you have a Leo logo on everything. We are now doing this in the British Isles. Everything, like the Council of Governors, after lots of discussion, everything we produce has both logos. Even though we don't have many Leos, they're our partners. So there's both logos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. Meral, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Greetings from Istanbul. I am from 118T district, and my line age is a little bit older than all of you. Since 1978, I have been a lioness, and in those days, Leos and Leones was a project of Lions. So we were all working together, Lions, Leos, and Leones. Leones was the women of the Lion organization. We were working together, but later on, the Leos had a separate organization. And they were really educated young people. They were using the tools, the technology. For example, I myself have learned to use the technology since last year, going to the Zoom. So nowadays, we are just joining the activities of Leos because they are really working hard. But harder in this respect, they are studying, they are working, some of them are getting married. So it's not easy for them to attend any other kind of meetings. But with the technology, with the help of the technology, they are, I believe, they are working more than the lions. They work very hard, I believe. Thank you for giving me this chance.
Thank you, Meral. And I agree that technology is a good opportunity to use in business and opens up new possibilities for recruitment and engagement for young people. Elise, please go ahead.
Hi to everyone. My name is Elise Farat. I'm from Bulgaria, from Recruitment of Leos Club Tsaravets, and I'm a pretty new member, just only for a month. But my mom is a member of the organization of 15 years, and I've been through all their gatherings. It was a very interesting experience for me through the years. And from I heard to the moment, I have no experience with Leos, but I have some experience with young people. And from my observations, I can share that if the organization would like to recruit more members, as you all know, everything starts from the family. So if current Lions members bring their children or grandchildren from age 12 to more together more often, I think, and share their Lions experience and activities with them, I think this would make Leo clubs and their activities more attractive to the young people, first of all. As a second approach, I would propose that Lions clubs and Leos maybe approach the schools and promote Leo activities and promote Lions Club activities. As we all suffer from another pandemic nowadays, is the aggression in schools. This is a serious problems in many countries. And if, for example, local Leo clubs in cooperation with the local Lions clubs organize something like this, like seminars in schools or presentation on different topics that are interesting for the youngsters, like aggression at school or racial tolerance and this kind of stuff, I think this would be a pretty new way for new recruits in the Leo clubs, I think. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Elise, for some very good and concrete suggestions. And it essentially boils down to go where the young people are and where you meet them, whether that's in the family or in the schools, and make sure that you do something that's interesting for them as well. Again, I can just chime in on that very topic. That's very much akin to my experience as well. When I first joined, it was part of a student group. So that was the Lions reaching out to the university where I was studying at that time. And we also had some members in the club that whose parents or grandparents were part of the chartering Lions Club. So I very much agree with those suggestions and those views. Do I have anyone else that wants to jump in and share their experience, both of good examples and ideas, and maybe things that you have tried but that didn't quite work out, and some thoughts on why that might be? Arpita Moore, you're welcome.
Yeah, hi, I'm from India. To be more specific, from multiple district 320, and I'm a Leo. And I'm also one of the examples of all the suggestions that we've received today. I'm very glad to be here and a part of this. but I'd like to share my story if that's okay. My father is a lion. He was a Leo before, and I've met several lions thanks to my father's circle, my mother's circle. She's also a lion, and my friends, a few of them who are now Leos, also have parents who are lions. We just came together, during the pandemic when we were like, oh my God, this is really bad, and how our parents are helping out. So we should also do something. And so we just got in touch through, a call, and we were like, okay, let's do it. Let's just form a Leo club. Let's approach the parent club. Let's tell them that, let's approach our parents first and tell them, become our parent club. We want to form a Leo club just so we can help out. We can spread some awareness, some news, anything, just anything for the pandemic. And so sooner we just had a Leo club, and everybody who had a similar mindset, we most of the people we didn't even meet before, and it was amazing, just connecting. Although we didn't meet physically initially, we were only connected through Zoom calls and other video calls, but it was awesome because we got to know more people. We got to know people who think like us. We arranged activities together without meeting in person before. We just knew a few of us, and it was just a great experience. It's just been almost a few months, like 7 to 8 months, and we've already done so much, and it is so satisfying, having the friendship, having the projects, having attended so many other awareness workshops which others have organized, probably, or not just awareness, any fellowship event, anything. It has just been a great experience. Probably the weekends we would just spend away at times, especially because of the pandemic when we were all locked up. It was just great. So I think, and one more thing I would like to add is we added more Leos by doing our activities. When we just started posting on social media, many people reached out to us that, oh my God, you did we did an event at a childhood cancer ward where we just danced for those people. We distributed kits, for the kids who are there, and the drawing kits, etc. So it was just amazing, and so many people reached out to us after that you guys are doing great, and we would like to join in. And so we expanded our circle. We are working on environment. I don't know, we just pick anything, somebody comes up with an idea and everybody just starts working towards it, and it's just an amazing experience. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Arpita, for that great story, really, about how this can all come together in real life example. Something I think you touch upon there is like the need also for the young lions and the Leos to feel a drive and to really be interested in what they're doing, and feeling that it's something that gives them something. And I think that goes to the heart of the challenge of recruitment. That how do we present lions in a way that makes people understand that's not in the organization, that is possible, and that is something we can do. What are Lions' selling points here in the terms? What can we offer young people? How do we make that clear? Does anyone have any suggestions? I don't know if you still have your hand up, Arpita. I want to elaborate on that, or if it's the old one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to.
No worries.
I didn't raise my hand on purpose. But if there's a selling point which Lions really have, I would think that it is about how diverse our projects can be. It is not an organization which is focused on only one thing. And, so different types of people wanting to do something different for the society can just come up together, pick any project they like, and really work on it. So I think that is one of the best selling points. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Antti, and then Elise.
Hi, this is
think
Antti
that-
from Finland, and I wanted to give a try what we have, and maybe an idea that Lions need to take a first step here. We being the adults and trying to be the partners, as Phil said, and I like the idea that in UK you now have always the logos beside and everything you emphasize being the partners. But for few Lions clubs have asked me when I talk to them that we don't have really ongoing activities or service projects, and we don't know what to do and how to get engaged. And so where can we start? And my advice has been that talk to your local Leos ask them what they want to perform, what they want to do, and you being their hands and helps to make their dreams come through. So you get the service project from them for free, and they give you the idea and start organizing. So kind of a turning it around with the being a sponsoring club, or not even being a sponsoring club, but you can just reach out for any Leo club in the area and say that we would like to work with you. Just give us an idea what you want to do, and we support you to make it happen, whether it's funding, whether it's manpower, just logistics, whatever means needs to be there, using their own networks to make bigger dreams come through.
Great. Thank you, Antti. Elise.
Yes, I was thinking when I was listening to all of you guys that I think the best way to get new people into the game, so to say, is to approach them like young people, helping, reaching out for young people first. I mean, local Leos should come out and introduce themselves in a very promising way, like caring for environment, for their society, for the social life in the local area. I mean, this shouldn't be a closed, privileged club. This should be a place to go when you want to help and when you need help. Somehow, local Leos or Lions Club should be open for everyone, for all those who can say, hey, I need help. Could you do something for me or for my area or for the local environment? Maybe should cooperate with municipalities or other governmental bodies. But somehow Leo and Lions Club should build up a new image which says we are not privileged club, but we are people who help, who care, who are ready to take responsibility and can help you grow up as a healthy and successful person. I mean, they should communicate. It shouldn't be a closed thing. That's why, as I said before, they should approach youngsters in somehow, could be at schools, could be on the street, but this is the thing, I think.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to what Phil was saying as well, talked about respect and inclusion very well with that. And also what you mentioned, Elise, with young people reaching out to young people, that is also something that's probably wise, but also difficult to do, going back to what Karin spoke to immediately in the beginning, that when you start losing Leos and you don't have enough for it, that creates a bit of a vicious circle. Mm-hmm. As you see, our time is up and the breakout rooms will close in 30 seconds and we'll be back in the main session. Thank you all for your great comments. I will try to summarize this in the main session as well as I can. And I hope that you will also be joining the next series of firesides starting the next line year. So thank you, and see you all out in the main room again.
Well done.
Thank you.